Well, there are many things a person may try to disguise when they commit a crime, but a voice is distinct and memorable, which is why investigators are hoping to find whoever killed this woman in Lake City in 2008. We want you to listen closely to the voice you're going to hear. On your side, Katie Jeffries is continuing her Unsolved series tonight, but before we air this story, we do want to warn you the audio is hard to listen to and some viewers may find it disturbing.
Linda Raulerson wasn't even supposed to be working that night, but picking up the extra shift turned out to be a fatal decision. She was killed during a robbery in the store, but on the surveillance tape is a glimpse of the man that pulled the trigger and the voice of her killer. An hour outside of Jacksonville, down a tree-lined stretch of I-10 sits Lake City, a town where locals know each other well. A town that showed up by the hundreds to mourn the killing of Linda Raulerson.
We had to have it at this big church just so everyone could fit inside it, and there were still people standing up all around, people out the door.
Linda Raulerson's 4 grandchildren live with the pain of her loss every day.
And hurt an entire family, and just broke all of us.
Their grandmother was known for her cooking, fishing, sewing, but mostly her kindness, which is why her murder left the rural community reeling.
I'd like to think it was somebody that did not know who she was that would commit such a violent crime.
It was July 22nd, 2008. Linda Raulerson was working at the Joy American food store just off the exit of I-10 and US 441. Surveillance video shows a white Buick LeSabre pulling into the parking lot around 8:30 p.m. You can see it here through the window of the store. A man gets out and walks in, immediately shooting Linda in the arm and ordering her to give him the money. These are the images captured by the surveillance camera of that suspect. Linda gives over the money, even showing him the empty cash drawer. He then shoots her in the head and leaves. We are now going to play a portion of the audio that was captured by the surveillance video that night. We're going to play it back to back twice. It will pick up right after the first gunshot and then conclude just before the second fatal gunshot. And again, we want to warn you, this is going to be difficult to listen to, but investigators have released it in the hopes that someone will recognize the killer's voice.
Open the door. Oh, hurry up. Give it up. Oh, pick it up. Pick it up. Take the flashlight up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Open the door. Oh, hurry up. Give it up. Oh, pick it up. Pick it up. Take the flashlight up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
The entire interaction lasts around 15 seconds.
She gave him no type of resistance whatsoever. She gave him money as soon as he asked for it. Again, when he walked through the door, he shot her right off the bat. So that's odd. Most people wait for non-compliance before they use some type of force, but in this case, again, his violence was extreme.
The cold-blooded nature of her killing is what sticks with Lieutenant Don Meyer and is something Raulerson's grandchildren say they will never understand.
She was giving him the money. She was giving him everything he asked for. And he still chose to take that one last shot and end it for her. And it's just like, why? You were getting everything you wanted. Why do that to someone you don't even know?
Lieutenant Meyer says these pictures of the suspect were quickly released after the shooting, but very few leads came back. They also looked into suspects in other violent robberies in Florida and Georgia, but nothing matched. In time, the case went cold. Though 13 years have now passed, they are not giving up.
We would hope that somebody would hear his voice, that would recognize some of the things he had on. You know, he was wearing a hoodie, he had sunglasses on, any of those things, to include the vehicle, that they may have identified any of those things that would help us in this case.
For the Raulerson grandchildren, time has not dulled their grief. Every day, they are reminded of the future they were robbed of with their grandmother.
It's like I would give anything to have a wedding dress that was made by her. It's just not fair. She was everything to us.
They and Lieutenant Meyer hope someone out there can provide answers or information about who this person is, or even if they know of a similar violent robbery. It could help Linda Raulerson get the justice she deserves.
I don't know if we'll ever get an answer, but I think it would be great for the family to know.
Until then, her grandchildren say they won't have closure.
It's like a constant open door. It's like a never-ending traumatic feeling. It just doesn't end.
If you recognize the man on the surveillance tape or recognize his voice, contact the Columbia County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers. Katie Jeffries, First Coast News, on your side.